In this video, I'm going to be installing an Antigravity AG801 8-cell lithium-ion battery in my 2024 KTM 300 EXC. This is the battery I've been using in my 2024 300 EXC. I installed this just under 2 years ago, and just after the original battery died after a couple of months of use. During last week's ride, or right at the beginning of the ride, I tried starting my bike. It wouldn't start, indicating the battery was low. I bump started it, and that was enough to start charging the battery, and I managed to complete my ride. But I'm keen to replace the battery as it is showing signs that it is dying. On the test, it only lights up the first light, and I just measured the battery voltage, and it's 12.4 volts even after riding for a full day. So I think this battery is on its way out. It's a little fast, under 2 years, but yeah, it is what it is. So I did some research online and decided to go next with an Antigravity 8-cell battery. These are widely regarded as one of the best batteries you can buy. A bit more expensive than the Skyrich battery I've been using, but I was keen to try this. I looked up the dimensions. It's a little bit longer. The height is about the same. The depth is less than the stock battery size. I also looked on YouTube, and I did find a couple of videos. So there's one by Highland Cycles and another by Takamoto, and they actually fit this in the new generation of KTM bikes. So Highland Cycles fit it in a XC300 2023 model, and Takamoto on 500 new generation. So it does fit, but you do have to modify the tray. So I'm going to show what my tray looks like after the modification. Okay, so here you can see the stock size battery in the battery tray. The areas of the tray that you need to modify, first you need to remove the part that curves around here, which actually goes around the side of the battery. So I used some side cutters to roughly cut it, and then I used a carbide rotary tool. This is in my die grinder, air die grinder, and trimmed around this section. And another section you need to modify is stock. There's a rib which runs along here, which holds the battery in place. You need to remove that. So I used the same carbide grinder to grind this out and make it level with the base of the battery. And then the last pieces you need to modify is this area here, and on the other side this area here. They interfere slightly with the battery terminals on the anti-gravity battery. So if you put the anti-gravity battery in, you can clearly see. I'll show that next. The anti-gravity battery is about 10 millimeters thinner than the stock battery. It comes with this foam pad, which you could use. However, you should note it's about 13 millimeters thick, which is a little bit too thick. I have some 10 millimeter thick foam, which I'm going to use. If you don't, you could try trimming this or cut some strips out and use those. So I've got my foam pad on the bottom and installing the battery. And here you can see a little more clearly where I trimmed this section of the tray to clear the terminal, and also the other side as well. And the anti-gravity battery has M5 tapped posts for connection of terminals. One thing you should check is that the screws you're using with it are not too long. So the ones I have are about 9.5 millimeter, which is pretty much perfect. If you use ones which are too long, they won't fully tighten and cause connection problems. So definitely check that the screws you're using are not too long and can fully tighten on the terminal. And a good tip that I always do is I put a light coating of silicone grease on both the ground and positive terminals and the battery terminals to help prevent corrosion. The silicone grease helps prevent air and also moisture getting in, corroding the terminal. And I forgot to mention that I did remove the OCU and I moved the ECU to the side just to get this wiring harness out of the way of the battery tray while I'm working on it. And here you can see what the anti-gravity battery looks like mounted from the other side. It sticks out very slightly further than the battery tray now, but is super solid, not moving around at all, held nice and secure using the foam pad in the bottom. And Rex has just signed off on the safety checks, so I can give it a test start now. I should note that before fitting the anti-gravity battery, I did charge it. It took a little bit of charge, and I measured the voltage at the end of the charge as 13.9 volts. So I'm going to do a test start now. Wow. That is almost instant start. It's spinning the starter way faster than the old battery ever did. Very impressive. So I'll make another video if there's any updates regarding it. Thanks for watching.